Um, let's wrap up a couple of the key media stuff we like: music, TV, albums. But let's go with albums. I want to know you guys' top 5 albums of the year, if you have a top 5,
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do top five. That is a good
or just the ones that
question.
you like the most. It doesn't have to be specifically 5.
From a king
I
to a
think
god, Conway the Machine.
Boo, boo, boo.
I can't really put him in. I can't put them in a particular order. But yeah, I'll definitely say that's one of them. Freddie Gibbs, with The Alchemist, that was a good album.
Gangsta
What
Gibbs.
released at the top of the year? Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the
yeah,
Moon.
definitely that's my album of the year.
Another album I've been listening to on a regular.
I'm gonna have to chuck Edmund
J
into the
Hus.
conversation.
J
Big
Hus.
conspiracy.
Was that
Yeah,
this year?
Yeah.
January.
Jeez, oh my god, this year's been long.
Yeah, boy.
I actually thought that was 2019.
Frisco's album. Frisco's album is an honorable mention, but I can't put a fifth album because I know Frisco's album is not like the best, but that's an honorable mention. So that's like top 4 albums. The fifth one, I'll come up with the fifth one in a second.
Yeah, I think I can't necessarily give you 5, but Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon is probably my favorite album this year. Or even no, now that you reminded me that Big Conspiracy came out this year, I might have to give it to that as well. I mean, that's in the conversation. Definitely a good album I've listened to. Some standout people. Jack Harlow was a really good find this year for me. Who else would I say? Yeah, no, those Edna was an impressive album. I like what Hedy did there. I think it was a real tour de force. Went number 1 as well. Those are the sort of W's you want to see people taking. I know Hedy's had a long road to this moment, so definitely. Yeah, no, it's been an interesting year for music because people haven't really been able to drop. Even like the impact After Hours had, but people weren't really allowed outside, so you couldn't really take an album like that in properly. But it was such a good album. It was cracking that album.
A lot of people suffered from that, not being able to be out. Their music definitely suffered.
100%.
But yeah, mentioning After Hours, that's on mine. Alfredo as well, of course. Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. Big Conspiracy as well, of course. DNA by M. Huncho and Nave Smalls. I've just been rinsing that, man. I've been rinsing that. I think it needed a bit more recognition. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that project. And I think that's really it for me. I only have like a top 4 that I know, like certified, like albums I've just had that have not left my playlist. There's a couple honorary mentions. Like Savage Mode 2, I really enjoyed. Nux's album or project, London Class, was really enjoyable. But those top 4 were solid for me.
Even Huncho Looney, the first, came out this year, innit?
And I enjoyed that as well. It was really good.
We tried to go toe to toe with J Huss. I don't know what he was thinking.
I thought he was bugging, but then on reflection, it was actually pretty good. So I wasn't even mad at him doing that because his artistry has progressed in my eyes.
Definitely.
I think he's gotten better because his style can be seen as quite one tone, but I feel like he's shown he's actually a bit more versatile than what people think.
Give credit for.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what is the fifth one? Ambush. Ask My Brother. That one is top tier.
Okay.
Top tier album right there.
Shouts out to Ambush Buzzworld. Buzzworld.
J Electronica come out this year as well. Did it come out this year or last year?
A Written Testimony was this year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's well, for me, that's an honorable mention. I wouldn't say it's top 10, but it's definitely an honorable mention.
Oh, Pot of Paper, honorable mention as well. for sure.
Definitely.
Training day
yeah,
3 for
yeah.
sure, for sure, for sure.
He
Forgot
came through
about
and
that.
did what he had to.
Forgot about that. That definitely needs an honorable mention. Yeah, man, it's been a good year. I've struggled to find new artists again. I know I say this every year, but I think this year more than anything, I've genuinely struggled to find new artists.
I
Drake's
don't think
as
anyone came.
well.
It wasn't a time. I would hate to have like
Be a new
came
artist in
through this
this.
year. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just too
but like
hard, man.
I was even thinking like every year I do this thing in my head, and I think, this year this is the artist I found, and it was really tough this year. I think I just have to give it to Jack Harlow, purely out of his album was good, and he's put out some good singles. Um, so I think I'd have to give it to him. He would be the find for this year, but boy, it was tricky.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
And if his album hadn't come out this year, I don't think I'd have been able to give it to him. So, I'm intrigued to see what happens next year in terms of music. Hopefully, people can go touring again and we can have concerts and festivals. But it has been a strange year for sure.
I was gonna ask for movies, but again, there's not been any movies this year.
No, not
So
really. I'm even racking my brain. I couldn't think of anything
how about
really.
how about TV shows? Because I know we watch TV a fair bit.
The Last
Even
Dance.
Oh,
bro, I might
That's
even have to
top.
rewatch that.
Chef Kiss.
Chef's
That's
Kiss.
top. That's top stuff,
That was
man.
perfect this year, man.
I
That
loved
it
it.
was. You know what? Like MJ just came in perfect timing.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And that was around the Easter holiday, so I thought they probably wanted to release everything at the same time. The
Hmm.
fact that everybody's at home and nobody's like working, they just like drop it.
people really took that in. Like that was a fantastic documentary from start to finish. And you could really see the characters and how it all came together. Like scenes like that or moments like that, they happen very rarely. And you see why it's the reason the Bulls haven't gone back to where they were. Literally after that team was dismantled, it all fell apart.
They thought they had they thought they had Derrick Rose, but it didn't actually come to
That didn't work.
fruition in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely one of the top moments of the year. I'm glad you mentioned that, man. That
Mm.
documentary, boy, I've never enjoyed a documentary so much like that.
So invested as well, and it really highlighted how people work and why they are the way they are. You look at characters like Pippin and fucking
Rodman,
Rodman, yeah, like how they actually came to be who they are was so intrigued that. And Rodman's a real G. That's a real. He's on job. I respect him. My
100%.
man went to WCW and then came back for a game. I said, "Yo, this guy's different. I have to
What a
respect it."
life! What a
Or when
life!
he was in Vegas with
Carmen
Carmen
Electra,
Electra, and my man came back, and Jordan had to go get him. I was like, "Yo, he's doing his thing, man." My
living
guy
his
got Carmen Electra to kiss the trophy. I said, "That's king shit."
living his best life.
He is,
Live your
man. He
dream,
is.
man.
We'll talk.
He definitely
I'm a
lived. He definitely lived a wild one. A wild one. But then that also like the Last Dance. Uh, Netflix they tried to do other documentaries as well, but there was one about Vince Carter. There was one about Sean Marbury. Those two are very interesting as well because you actually delve into the actual mentality of the athlete themselves, and like that's the basketball I kind of grew up on. I kind of fell out of touch with basketball mainly because, well, I don't have to get into the reason, but I just fell out of touch with basketball. So looking at those, it was just like there was a reconnection back to basketball. I think that's very amazing. It's very amazing that they came out when they came out, especially this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot
absolutely,
of it has been just perfect timing, and that documentary was definitely perfect timing.
absolutely.
I think The Mandalorian stands out because I was talking to you, Cole, previously, saying, "Yo, I think I'm gonna drop this because those first two episodes, dog shit." But after that, no, I was really impressed. I've been really impressed with the rest of the episodes since episode two. Um, but yeah, I think there's not been a lot that stood out to me. Again,
Yeah,
just because I think we were supposed to get things that would have stood out, but we've not been able to enjoy them.
Yeah, Mando.
Mhm.
Mando was really. I really enjoyed Mando. Like, and I'm not. You know me. I'm not even the biggest Star Wars dude. I've watched them all. I think they're cool. I don't think. I think they're slightly overrated, but I think they're cool to watch.
Mm.
But the Mando for me was like, yeah, I mess with this vibe because it's not
Yeah,
too heavily invested, but also it gives the nerds the fan service that they want. Do you know what I'm saying? It
yeah.
does everything right for me. That's definitely been my favorite TV show of the year. Also, The Boys was really good as well. Season 2 of The Boys.
Jeez, how can I even
Boy,
forget? Yeah, The Boys is elite TV. Them
that
man,
show
yo, Eman, I don't know if you watched it yet, but
is.
bro, I said to
Boy.
myself, this show's asking Game of Thrones to come outside.
I don't even like to make that comparison because I just think what Game of Thrones did was just it can never be done again. Whereas what
I'm,
the boys are doing is it's just doing something so different, but
mm,
it's so nice to see because we get the same thing over and over and over again. But the fact that they're just making these superheroes like literal bastards, it's so refreshing. It's so refreshing.
yeah, quality wise, The Boys is one of the best shows I've ever seen.
It's so good,
It's
man.
just acting, um, yeah, no, it's
It's
elite
just the anti
TV.
CW basically. It's the anti CW.
Mm, so, and someone has to do it because them man tried to take our lives. When Flash was dancing in that one scene that I always use, I said, "Yo, I have to quit this show, man. The bondage must end."
No, you know what it is? It's just when material itself.
It runs out,
I
man. It
mean,
runs dry.
it runs out. It runs out, and then they try and
Mm,
do something where it's like, what are we gonna
You
do?
can't bang this 23 episode layout anymore. It don't
impossible,
work. It don't work. I
impossible.
Yeah,
don't care who you are, how good your show is. It ain't work no more, bruv. It ain't
and
working
then
out.
also like
No, they're dumb.
the clash between the cinematic version and then also the TV version.
Yeah,
And
that doesn't help.
what are they going to do? So then it's almost like it's pointless. And then now that, well, I mean, if we're talking about films, something that is supposed to come out, is it this year or next year? The Zack Snyder cut.
Next year, I believe.
Uh,
He's chatting wild.
We'll see what happens with that. I don't know.
My man said Batman says the F word. If I see him, I'm punching him. It's on site.
it might bang
It's
though. It might bang.
It might.
I have every. Do you know what the biggest thing for Justice League was? It didn't make sense. So I don't know how much these improvements will help, but I'm gonna watch it. You know, the same 1 hour episodes. I'm here for it, no matter what. But him saying those comments already is scary hours, man.
For real, dog. For real.
So he's known for fumbling the bag. So
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. He's also capable of goodness. Watchmen was pretty good. And
300
Yeah.
is good.
he is talented. He's definitely talented. He's just very particular with what he does, isn't he?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
And
we'll
we
have
love
to
Man
see.
of Steel. Like we made that very clear.
Yeah,
I
of
just think
course, of
he
course.
definitely after Justice what they gave him Batman versus Superman and Justice League. After BVS, they should have said, "Yo, no, I don't think we're gonna go with you to direct Justice League." And he still went with him after how bad Justice League was.
Yeah.
I mean, BVS was.
We'll have to wait and see, man. They seem to have some kind of plan. So 2021 is going to be a big year for DC. So we'll see how their plan
Yeah.
unfolds. Speaking of
But what are they
2021,
planning to do? They're planning to do Wonder Woman and Aquaman, isn't it?
I don't think
And
Wonder
Aquaman's
Woman
Flash.
comes out
next
this
year.
year. I'm not
Next
sure
year
Aquaman
is
when.
comes
when
out
I know
this
he said,
year.
yeah, Wonder Woman comes out Christmas Day. Fucking what's it called?
Suicide Squad, I believe. They've shot
Suicide
that.
Squad comes out next year. It's already been shot. Yeah.
So it's going to be a make or break one. And then obviously after that, the Batman 2022, baby. Let's
Yes, sir.
go.
I need that.
Battison, let's go.
Yo, he's ready.
Let's
He's ready.
go.
I expect